Hello, everyone. This is Luxury with Natalia on Yachting International Radio. I am accompanied here with special guest all the way in Valencia or Germany. I'm not quite sure yet, given the Christmas tree aspect there. Christian Leyk, how are you?
Hi, Natalia. I'm fine. Well, and I can tell you it is actually Valencia. I mean, maybe the tree looks a little bit German, but well, it's just a tradition, not the tree itself.
Wonderful. Yes, and we're just ahead of Christmas time, so many things happening and a new decade coming on. And with your designs, I mean, you've done so much. You've designed for Ken Freivokh, you've done concepts for Oceanco, Fincantieri. Tell us a bit more about your parcours. Let's use a French word because your company is Coquine Design.
Well, I think that would be a slightly longer story if I would start with the name of the company. We could leave that for another time.
Sounds good.
You're now referring mostly to my time at Ken Freivokh, which I think was the time when I enjoyed most doing a lot of concept designs. And actually, when I left Ken, he apologized that he couldn't give me more actual projects. Although, it was fun. It was just starting with a blank sheet, or let's say a blank screen, because for me, it's more like a Photoshop as a computer game. And then I could just, play, do what came most easily to me.
That's awesome. And you've been involved in some pretty big projects as well, like 106-meter Black Pearl.
That is true. I mean, Black Pearl did start its life also on my screen in Ken's office, and from there on, it was quite a roller coaster ride, I would call it. Mostly fun, sometimes a little bit exhausting. It's when clients are more involved in a project, then it becomes a challenge, a good challenge, because I think it's the worst thing is if you have to design for a client that doesn't care. And that definitely wasn't the case. I mean, that client was really full on, and we had quite some fun. And I think the result, does speak kind of for itself.
Absolutely, absolutely beautiful, and talked about around the world in the media, and also a talking point when one sees her across in the oceans in various places. So wow, that must be quite a thing to see your project from zero to hero done and dusted. And how do you get your inspiration? What is it that drives you?
Well, I think my motivation is actually inspiration. Where do I get it from? It's everywhere. I mean, there are people that want to show me pictures of yachts and say, "Doesn't that inspire you?" And I said, "Well, actually, not. It doesn't. It's what inspires me is the people that I work with, or what inspires me is just walk along the street and the sky is blue, and like here in Valencia, there's a lot of inspiration around that has absolutely nothing to do with yachts, but well, it has maybe something to do with me. And I think, I just want to inspire people, and I want to make people see how, what an amazing world we live in. And when you open your eyes, there is inspiration literally everywhere.
Even a Christmas tree.
Well, even a Christmas tree, yes. I mean, even a slightly sad-looking dark Christmas tree, you look at it in the right light, and it becomes amazing. And if you can take a little bit of that amazing and putting that into projects, my idea is that this will then hopefully make the people that get involved, foremost the client, but also everybody else, and even the readers of magazines. Like when I was a teenager, I was reading magazines, and that inspired me, and I want to give something back, and it makes hopefully everybody a little bit more positive, about the world that we live in, and inspires them to do their part to, inspire others. So it's a little bit of an ongoing process.
That's beautifully put. And officially, you've put down you're a professional dreamer. So I like that coined expression, and also the way that you write and the way that you evoke your projects and your bio, and even looking at your new Instagram account. By the way, congrats!
Yeah.
It's just got this something that makes it, aspiring, and that you want to find out more. And looking at your designs, it's something futuristic, it's something modern, it's embracing what's supposed to perhaps come. So how open are clients or shipyards when they see your designs?
I wish I would be more open, but I can understand that to a certain degree they aren't. I mean, let's talk about clients. If we talk about a big boat is not just like a fancy car where you go around and you enjoy it a little bit and you enjoy the looks. It also needs to be your home. It needs to be something that you are comfortable with. And comfortable, even for myself, might not be the most futuristic thing, but something that is a little bit more down to earth, calmer at times. So I can understand, when people get excited about what they see and then say, okay, but for me, can you please tone it down 3 steps? Yeah, I can do that. It's still fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, they should feel free to, well, to ask me to do something, for them, and that's what I say. Why I call myself a professional dreamer. I mean, one thing is I'm a dreamer anyway, so and that's how my portfolio on my website gets fuller and fuller with just ideas, because if an idea just pops up in my dreams or in the shower or wherever, then yeah, I just have to kind of sketch it or illustrate it in one way. But as a professional dreamer, I just try to read some rather, more vague feelings that a client has, and I try to well, put that into a full color, stereo Dolby dream, and make it also, readable and understandable for the people that make the dreams come true. That is then the yards, the suppliers, the outfitters, and so it's really a translation process of taking an idea, make a dream, and then enable people to make that dream come true.
And what about the naval architects? Are they your friends or foe?
Friends, definitely.
In terms of design, because I'm sure you can come up with something amazingly crazy, but you also have a parkour as an engineer, so I suppose that helps as well. You know that things can and should have various limitations. They can't go as freely as one might want to on paper.
No, of course not. And I think that is probably where my 20 years of experience can be helpful. That is, I can draw something and I'm confident that it does work, even though, it's lovely to work with materials like unobtainium or just ignore the physics for a moment. But no, it's actually more fun to do something that can be real, and in the end, it's a matter of a good conversation between everybody involved in order to create a good project.
That's right. And it's not just yachts that you design, there's other things. Tell us a bit more.
Well, you never know what shape, size, or color an idea has when it hits you. So it can be, well, it can be anything from graphic design and to well, the yachts, obviously, and I like doing a bit of furniture. And let's say when I grew up, I always wanted to become actually a car designer, and I think the cars. I try to convince people that I actually hate cars, but I'm not very convincing.
Well, you're German as well, and like the best car designs come from that end. So I would say that's probably a reason why they think that.
No. That the best designs come, of course, from Italy. Maybe the best engineering comes from Germany, but I think the Germans have always been lovers of Italian design, and well, why not be able to combine that? And maybe I'm actually, one of the people that can prove the stereotypes wrong, or at least that those stereotypes don't always apply. So maybe I'm a little bit more Italian than German in that respect.
Well, now you're getting more Spanish with Valencia in your. So.
Oh, okay. Let's call it then Mediterranean.
That's good. Sounds good. And tell me, I aspire a lot to Philip Stark. I think what he does is amazing. Also, he goes crossing boundaries a little bit. Would you say you're comparing yourself a little bit to him, or tell me a bit more? What do you think?
Well, I went once to a lecture of his, and think he's a very interesting person. He's very inspiring, and the style the way he presents things is good fun. I don't know, how much is actually real and how much is just acting, because obviously, all designers act a little bit, and all designers have a little bit of an overblown ego. And I mean, it's me as well, although I don't want to compare myself to, the big names yet. I think he's very different in his approach, and I find his work interesting. But I don't think that we are anyway similar.
Well, that's very humbling of you, considering you've designed or helped design 777, Siren, and Luna, and Explorer yacht also in the process. So, I think you're doing pretty good for yourself, I would say.
Well, thank you. But I think that's just the beginning.
Fantastic. Well, many would be aspiring to you. And I wonder, what is it that you think that clients of today and tomorrow are looking for in their yachts?
Oh, well, I think, that is a very broad spectrum. And I think, there are clients that go to different designers for different reasons. I hope that the clients that come to me would actually come to me because they want to look for something slightly different, but they also want to enjoy the process of getting there. I know there are clients that don't even care for the boats and just want one that looks like the others. Fair enough. There are a lot of designers that do that, and they do it better than me. And then there are the clients that are, okay, I don't have time, I just want a boat. You can design it for me. You get on with your work.
That's the best one, right?
No. Actually, I want the clients that come here, so maybe they didn't even really figure out, how many meters or whatever. So, and I said, okay, okay, maybe I'm dreaming, maybe this client doesn't really exist, and I'm just thinking, wouldn't it be cool if he would exist? That is, if he would come here and I said to him, okay, let's play backgammon, have a glass of red wine, just chat, whatever. In the meantime, I try to find out a little bit more about you and about what you want. And, together we come to a result. And I would like to find, I think that process is more interesting. So let's see. I mean, that's what I think.
I had a discussion once with an owner, and he said to me, having interviewed him about his sailing yacht project, actually, he told me, I didn't care about the end product. I cared for the project and being there with my son. And the son was, I think, 7 at the time. And as the project grew on, he was more and more involved and involved his son greatly in the project and the final touches, and made it was the project itself and the talking to the shipyard, the designer, and getting really hands-on. And that was fascinating. And then he said, in a few years, I want to do it all again. So there are some who are like that.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I find sometimes older clients that are often, in the process of handing over their company, for example, to the next generation, but they still feel like, another business adventure, still do something new, which I probably, can now really understand, because I'm now doing, of course, the same by trying to establish my company, and that is a cool adventure in itself. And yeah, I can understand that they think, okay, I built a yacht, but I want to, I do it as if it would be a new project, a new adventure, a new discovery. Yes. And those are very nice people to work with. But, there are also, younger people that are equally getting involved for different reasons.
Absolutely. And so tell me a little bit, because this is Luxury with Natalia. I'm very intrigued to find out what your definition of it is.
Luxury, oh.
For a professional dreamer.
I think luxury is, of course, maybe that's a little bit stereotype. Really, luxury is not being, in the hamster wheel, not having to follow other people, or stereotypes. Do your own thing, and luxury, therefore, can be very, very different for many people. I mean, most of the time, it's actually, we realize that luxury is, it's definitely not something related to money. It's like the stereotypes go. It's what money can't buy. And that certainly applies definitely to yachts, because you can make an the most expensive yacht in the world, and it's will not be regarded as luxury if the client can't enjoy it. So, well, you have to make something, if you do a yacht and it's supposed to be a luxury yacht, then it should be something that where the owner then can really close his eyes, just let himself fall and feel good about it.
That sounds good. Nice reply. Yeah, I like that. And tell me, what is happening next for you? Where are you off to? Where can we see you?
Now, that is a question that I think I'm asking rather than answering.
All right.
Because, as I just mentioned, it's now it's a very adventurous time. It's within a couple of months, I finally made the step of leaving the UK and leaving the safe haven of employment, and I'm now having to build everything from scratch again. Valencia is a beautiful place, and I think it's a very good choice. It's a city that has a very pleasant and inspiring vibe to it, a good atmosphere. I really start feeling already, quite at home. And well, I think I also have to concentrate, of course, now on making the business going. Mm-hmm. A lot of puzzle pieces. It's networking. It's making sure that everybody that I know, knows what I'm doing, where, and that I'm actually now available for what I call all sorts of creative mischief.
I love that. Great. Yes, absolutely. And this will help. The Yachting International Radio, we're happy to promote designers and anyone who's in the industry. So I'm hoping this will help you as well to get your voice out there. And I'm really intrigued if you could do me a small design based on me. Maybe offline, you'll ask me a few questions. But I would love to see what you'd come up with. And then we'd post that and just see what that might be.
Sounds like a very good idea. I mean, it's my
earrings are a bit wacky, and you've always seen me with red, and we can get there.
I think we can do this like a model version of a big boat project. Meaning, I'll ask you a few more questions, and then I'd hopefully, have an idea of where we could end up.
Game on. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I'm really, really happy that we had this conversation and look forward to meeting you in person as well at one of the yacht shows maybe, or if I come to Spain, wouldn't mind some sunshine. It's horrible here in the south of France currently. So
It's lovely here, I can assure you. You know, it's a little bit cloudy today, but it's quite warm.
yeah, good.
And you know, the cafes and bars and restaurants here are all full. You know, people are sitting outside.
Oh,
It's definitely a place to come around here.
fantastic. Okay, Christian. Well, thank you for your time again. Wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. And everyone, tune in for more episodes. This was Luxury with Natalia, Yachting International Radio. Hope to see you guys connect soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.